Hey everyone, I'm finally outside again. The weather is finally getting nicer. It's finally starting to actually look like summer. Or spring, whatever. Anyway, Street Sharks. I finished watching the next episode. Can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up later. Anyway, summary. It starts off with, there's snow everywhere. Ironic. Let's see, Jab and Streaks are snowboarding through the snow to the Humongo Burger. And let's see, this made me wonder, like, so where is this supposed to be set again? Because earlier on, I was like, okay, so is this supposed to be like the West Coast? But there's snow all over, so is it the East Coast? But then later in the episode, they say that the snow is like not normal, so I don't know. It could still be the West Coast. I have no idea what's going on. So anyway, the Raptors are off in some cave complaining about the cold weather. They don't like the cold weather. And there's even a part where Hax or Spitter, I don't remember which one, brings up to Bad Rap, "You told us this place would be a paradise." Which, yeah, he did. And then Bad Rap starts telling them about greenhouse effect gases. Okay. How's he know about that? Did he, like, go to the library and study up or something? I don't know where he learned all this. Oh, and then there's also a part where he talks about burning fossil fuels, and Hax and Spitter are like, "Fossil fuels? You don't mean..." And then he goes, "Yes, dinosaurs. The barbarians." Which is a common misconception. Fossil fuels doesn't refer to literally burning fossils. It refers to plant matter mainly that has broken down over millennia. Basically, any biological matter that breaks down over millennia becomes a fossil fuel. That's what that is. So, I get that it was a joke, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird that he knows the term and not what it means, and also all this other stuff that he just knows for some reason. Anyway, the Ripster and Slamu are going to meet with the Dino Vengers. The Dino Vengers have a new base, I guess. I feel like we probably should have had some episode that explains them getting this new base. Like, it looks like a warehouse. Later on, it's revealed that the warehouse is behind a natural history museum. Okay. So anyway, the Dino Avengers, they're not liking the cold weather either because they're cold-blooded like the Raptors. So anyway, they're leading Ripster and Slamu to their new base in the middle of the warehouse or whatever it is. Anyway, they get down to like where they have a computer room and everything's really warmed up, and then immediately everything starts crashing apart, and I feel like there's a little too much going on at the beginning of this. There's a few too many things. Anyway, it turns out there's an earthquake going on. They all run outside, and then let's see, yeah, they see this volcano smoking. Fission City has a volcano now. Okay. Oh, and also, interestingly, it's called Mount Cauldron, and I looked it up, and there isn't a Mount Cauldron on the West Coast, but there is, like, a big valley called the Cauldron. So, kind of the opposite of a volcano. It's a big hole in the ground. Anyway, let's see. They think that the volcano might be being set off by the raptors, and then they see some people in danger, so they split up. Some of them go to save the people, other ones go up to check out the volcano. And, let's see, Oh yeah, and there's already lava flowing from the volcano, and interestingly, it goes underground and bursts up through, like, openings in the ground. Huh. I don't know if that's realistic. I don't know much about volcanoes. So, oh yeah. And then we find that the raptors are actually behind setting off the volcano. They're launching rockets into it using one of the military vehicles that they swiped a few episodes ago. That's a nice little nod to continuity. I like that they actually paid that off. Although, if I hadn't seen that episode, this would be pretty bizarre. Let's see. Okay. Jab, Spike, and Bullseye manage to stop the last rocket, and then the Raptors just kind of give up with that volcano. So then they go back home, and Benz is looking on his computer, and he says, let's see. Oh yeah, he's looking up weather anomalies or something, and he says that the Raptors may try to target Mount Olympus next. And then he says that and Seattle is right next door. And I was like, wait, what? And I looked it up, and it turns out there is actually a Mount Olympus in California, but Seattle is in Washington. So, not quite next door. Oregon is in the way, I think, if I remember my map correctly. So anyway, the Sharks and the Dino Avengers fight with the Raptors. The Raptors... Oh yeah, here's a weird thing. The Street Sharks and the Dino Avengers are fighting the Raptors, like, nearly this entire episode, and the Raptors always lose, except when they don't. It's very strange how the power works here. Like, the Street Sharks and the Dino Avengers can easily overpower the Raptors seemingly any time they want, except for when it's inconvenient for the plot, so then the Raptors happen to win. Also, as much as they beat the Raptors, they just get right back up. It's very clumsy. I feel like they probably could have had a better way to present these fight scenes. And then there's a really weird thing we get. Let's see, we get a music video, but it's really weird because it's like that one... I can't remember what the song was called back in the episode with Manta Man and they capture Paradigm. The song starts like over just the normal fight scenes, but then it just suddenly switches to a music video using clips from an upcoming episode. Nothing from this episode. And then it keeps going a little while after that. Back to the normal episode. Alright. The music videos are weird. I don't really know what exactly the point was. I guess to eat up time, but still the editing in them is very weird. I don't get it. So anyway, okay, yeah. The Sharks and the Dino Avengers leave. They leave Slamu behind to fight the Raptors on his own. Slamu slams the ground, which causes an avalanche, which buries the Raptors. And then, okay. Then we're back at the Dinosaurs base, or Dino Avengers base. Benz gives all the Dino Avengers special thermal heated clothes or something, so that they can go outside. And then, the Raptors are hiding out in a snowy cave, complaining about how much they hate the cold weather and how much they want to leave. The end. It's a solid episode, like, the Raptors' plan makes sense. They have an actual motivation, which is cool for this late in the show, because most of the time villains' motivations are pretty weak. Oh yeah, the Raptors are interesting in this episode because they don't really get that much personality. They get a teensy tiny bit of personality, but there's not really enough to make me, like, remember them as specific characters. Like, I remember their names because I'm watching the show right now, but, like, in a couple months after I'm done watching the show, I'm probably going to forget Hax and Spitter because they just don't really have that much interesting going on. Spitter, at least, like, his name is descriptive of a thing he does. He can, like, spit ooze. Hax, though, doesn't really do anything. Bad Rap, I only remember because he's the main, like, villain at this moment. So, oh yeah, and also throughout the episode, them being easily beaten so often, and them being just... What was that? Huh. Animals over there. Neat. I saw a porcupine or... Oh, okay, anyway. Back to the thing. Let's see. What was it? Oh yeah, the Raptors acting the way they do at the end just kind of makes them feel like they're not that big of a threat. It just makes them feel kind of weak and, just minor obstacles for the show. It's really strange that they completely sideline Paradigm and the Soviets and, Malcolm Medusa and, the gangster guy whose name I can't quite remember at the moment for some reason, Greco. All of them gone for the Raptors, and the Raptors just aren't really... They don't come across as strong or anything. And, oh yeah, and also they're all still on the loose out there. And, yeah, they're gonna get forgotten about. So anyway, yeah, there's, the next Street Shark episode. It's a mixed bag type of thing. One of the things that's really nice about this one is they, for the most part, held off on the Street Sharks and Dino Avengers arguing constantly, which is just extremely frustrating in the last few episodes. This one, they finally, like, scaled that back, and it's not there very much, so that's cool. hoping it stays that way. I know there are a few more episodes where the Dino Avengers aren't completely intolerable, that they're actually kind of cool characters, but at this point, like, we're just getting away from them being just argument machines. So anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed this. See ya.